This is the realest podcast you'd ever listen to.
Of course, I'm a Christian all the way. Stephanie.
You're listening to a Chat with Depth podcast where real talk happens.
You never pound for me since you say yes, the amount.
I don't understand.
What is there to understand? Have you pound?
Why would she pound for you?
Shut up. When
Exactly.
When it's
So
time for
next
you,
question, why would she pound for
we
you?
have not invited
Thank
you
you.
to talk. When it's
Thank
time
you
for you to talk,
No, thank you.
talk.
Please, ask him.
I don't get. Is that supposed to be a question? Why would she pound for me?
Why will I pound on you for you?
I don't get.
You don't get. Why will I pound on you? If you want to eat a nunu, when I prepare a nunu, I'll invite you to come and eat.
When you prepare like
Yes.
that,
Yes.
Okay, but it's not a problem, Sha.
please. Only for 1st of January 2021.
I cannot come to this Lagos and come and
Which one is you cannot come to this Lagos and come on? I don't
in
understand.
this
So
place.
Lagos is not village now.
I think this is the point I get to ask what Onunu is.
Just keep. I'm actually gonna tell him. No.
What? I'm assuming, and I don't like assuming things. I'm assuming Onunu to be
Just stay lost where you are, please.
Beres. I'm assuming Onunu to be swallow, a form of swallow.
Oh gosh.
Whatever. But you don't drink it, do you?
You don't drink.
It's not
Like
a form of
swallow.
swallow. Question: is it a form of salt?
It's a meal anyway.
Of
It's hard substance. You pound it. We said so. You pound
So what's the raw material for the Onunu?
yam, pounded yam and dry plantain with palm oil mixed together or pounded together. Then served with fresh pepper soup.
Oh, it's swallow. It's a form
not
of swallow.
Yeah.
Sorry, what is swallow again?
Swallow is what you swallow. Are you 35?
So what do you do with Onunu?
Swallow is what anything you swallow.
That's what I was asking.
You chew it.
You chew
Of
Onunu.
course.
There are people who chew gari or eba.
What kind of gari are you chewing?
I don't know.
The smoked one or the swallow one?
But I think
When you eat
I
with
think
soup.
I think the name is even wrong. So they call it swallow because
You swallow every food, basically.
Yeah, I know.
Even
But
swallow
don't go there. We know what swallow is in Nigeria. Swallow is swallow. Anything you can swallow with soup is swallow.
Anything can swallow. You can swallow gari with soup.
swallow
Gari
rice
is
with
soup. Gari is
soup.
swallow.
And swallow rice with
Yes,
soup too.
exactly. No,
Onunu is pounded plantain. Have you explained to him already?
I have.
Yeah,
Don't
you
mind
have.
if you don't tell it.
Calm down now. This is an avenue for me to tap into your culture and
Okay.
Where are you from?
from Anambra State.
Anambra. Where are you from? Ikwere.
Exactly, that is the problem I have with people or Ikwere people.
Funnily
Where are you
enough,
from? Ikwere. You don't tell us where in Rivers State you're from, and then they don't.
Funnily
They don't
enough,
even tell you Rivers State. They tell you PH.
listen. Dignitaries want to speak.
And the dignitary.
More. So, when people look at me, they can't even tell where I'm from. And even when I tell them where I'm from, they're like, no, I don't think so.
Why?
I don't have a particular tribe's look. So even that Ikwere, when you say Ikwere, you understand. It's like, are you sure?
Do I have a particular tribe?
You do.
Should people have a particular tribe's look?
Some people do, obviously.
Yes, obviously, but is that fundamental? Like
It
when you see
is.
someone, no,
It
I don't
is.
think so.
It is. When you say Caucasian, go and ask him, are you Nigerian? If you say Japanese, you would know.
That's more
That's
more
That's
specific.
what we're saying now.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's a different case altogether.
People like you that promote racism and then allow people in the Western world to assume all Africans look alike.
Please wait, let's hear what.
So which tribe are you from?
Actually, you look like a typical Ijo woman.
That's because you know I'm a Joe.
It's in your
How about
see
you?
if you see Ijo.
I wouldn't know, I'm not
You have that
racist.
look. you actually have that look,
But you know I don't.
Ijo people they have this classy look.
Oh. Okay, so you're saying people look like a certain tribe.
Of course.
I mean, you said it's not racist.
So he wouldn't want to tell how a person looks because how does that even make you racist?
I think it's racist for you to first identify someone by the way they
tribe.
look, by their looks, and assigning their looks to their tribe.
Okay.
It's very wrong, in my opinion, anyways.
What's wrong about it?
No, but you can say, oh, you look like you're from
It's
this
like-
tribe. You look like from this tribe. Like, I went for NYSC. In fact, nobody believed that I came from the South. They're like, I came from Kaduna. I said in Taraba now, so everybody, you're from River State. I said, yes. Anybody that I tell, no, it's a lie.
Yeah, you have
I don't
you have,
think- I
you
don't
have a bit
think-
of their skin, the dark skin, polished skin, and as well, you have their attitude.
How?
Wow.
They are ladies. They are
I'm
ladies.
hearing things.
Plenty things.
They are ladies. Their ladies are lovely. They are very lovable.
How many ladies have you met? In
You
your
don't
lifetime?
say. I'm telling you.
So if you meet any lady that is
It's not
lovable, then
any
that
day.
means.
Come on, I had some.
So what are we saying?
I had some northern friends.
But it's right.
Their ladies are lovely. They are very comely.
I think it depends on the person and not necessarily.
They always
their
give big
tribe.
smiles like Debbie and all that.
Stop hyping me. Leave me out of it. But I know that nothing has nothing.
Let me tell you, it doesn't cover
I
up
said-
for your inhumane side.
I know.
Wait, you want to bring it up? Say she know. I person wey sabi you no
I can
sabi.
very
Of course.
Okay, we're talking about being racist.
So how does that make you racist, Rita? I wanna
Exactly.
hear.
That's what my woman want to learn. Say.
First off, I think we need to start by defining what it means to be racist. I don't even know what that means anyway.
You know,
Let me
But there are
let me
various
help
forms.
you. I
There are
have a
various forms of
dictionary.
racism.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know. It could stem from the actual context of the word superiority or racial superiority or ethnic superiority. So when someone says, "Oh, you look like an Igbo person," it could be from the sense of maybe I talk about money a lot, or I like business, or whatever conversation it is we're having. I'm money conscious. So it might not necessarily be about the looks per se.
okay.
It could be about the things I like to talk about,
Okay.
or something that can be attributed to the Igbo race,
Alright.
which some persons might find a little bit,
Derogatory.
yeah, something like
I
that.
think it will only make an impact. It will only come, in my opinion, it will only be racist when it's negative.
Definitely. That's the
But if
that's the
I'm
whole idea
saying-
of racism.
Yes.
The key word he picked, it's superiority of a particular tribe over the other.
Other.
So it's contextual. It depends on the conversation on the table and the nature of the argument. You understand? Well, mostly I don't engage in some kind of racial bully. I'm not particular to negative conversations.
Okay.
So I don't even engage in that. So if you hear me speaking of something, it has to be positive generally. Else I don't get deep into those conversations. You understand? So I love people a lot. In fact, people, they are my thing. High points. Exactly. So if I'm going to talk about a tribe, mostly I'll speak of the positive aspects of it. I could point out 1, 2, or 3 tribes in Nigeria. I could point out 1, 2, or 3 tribes in Nigeria that I really, really fancy and love them because of particular things that are attributed to that tribe.
Okay.
That is not quite common with other tribes. It doesn't make the other tribes bad people or doesn't make them bad, sort of.
And just like what I was even trying to say, it will come from the point of view your interaction with these people. Now, it doesn't mean that is peculiar to that tribe.
Yeah.
But people you come in contact with, they have this particular thing amongst them. But I know that the northern ladies are very, very fine. And they are very, very...
Look at you.
They are very, very...
You want to talk about fine now because you want to, glamorize yourself with beauty.
I'm not from the north.
I think it would be safer to say
But I'm Nigerian.
the northern ladies you came across were fine.
I think
I also served in the north and I met not so fine looking ladies.
You went to the bush.
No, it's not the
beauty
bushy
is in the
area.
eye of the beholder.
But you generalizing beauty and with northern ladies, I don't know, I think I object to that. Like he said, fine, you might have met certain ethnic groups or persons that belong to certain ethnic groups with good personalities or appealing personalities, but that doesn't mean everybody from that. Yes, exactly my point.
But just speaking of
Before I-
majority anyway, not everybody in the context. Not everybody.
Well, there is no statistics to arrive at that conclusion. Before I went to school,
Yeah.
I knew next to nothing about Rivers people. It was after about a week or a month there, I started knowing about.
There's one
I
sitting
started-
in front of you.
Yeah, I schooled at Uniport.
We
I
are
said-
just saying.
The bone of the state.
Anytime I'm sorry for continuing
No, it's fine.
conversation
Yeah.
with anybody from BSC, I will just measure we're from BSC. We just bossing.
Right.
Yawa go just
Like a particular code of conduct.
party scatter. That's
No, the party scatter.
Don't worry, we rugged like that. Go on. Yeah.
And now you want rugged now.
You can't help it, man.
I think you can.
There is a saying that anyone who was born and bred or grew up in Port Harcourt can live anywhere in the world.
Oh, people say that of Lagosians too.
Lagos, they learn more. Port
But that's not
Harcourt
true. Don't-
comes first with that.
So let's not make this a Port Harcourt Lagos rivalry.
Dangana come for you. It's not me that's
You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
not make this a Port Harcourt
And
Lagos
Lagos
rivalry.
Well, it's not, but I'm just saying. So that's the reason
But why is it that people, when they talk about, it's like people don't even know Rivers State for what it is. People know more of Port Harcourt and a particular area of Port Harcourt, and not necessarily the whole Rivers State. When you look at Rivers State now, it's like everything. Port Harcourt is the hub of the entire Rivers State.
Of course.
Everything goes on in Port Harcourt. Then what happens to the other local government areas?
That's the thing. Not everything goes on in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
That's
Majority of
that's the mentality of people who have not visited this
place.
place.
Yeah.
Just like you have
Okay.
each statewide.
He already started the Lagos and Port Harcourt thing. I think we might just as well.
No,
put
but
it on there.
I'm not just sharing what I don't want to. I'm not going to that debate. I'm not going to that debate of Lagos and PH. No, I think they have their peculiarities and they are fine however they are.
Yeah, sure.
Are they?
Yeah.
No, I think.
I think they are fine however they are. When they carry their peculiarities, they are not straight. And that's straight to come and journey. As much as Lagos has its good side and its bad side. Same thing with Port Harcourt. Good and bad. That's my own take.
Of course, you're going to be. That's
I'm not
defense.
asking for
You're being defensive or biased.
I'm not being biased. I'm
I
just
think
saying
you
how
are.
it is because what is there? Who give us trophy? Anybody give us trophy for saying PH is better than Lagos?
Last, are we?
So or Lagos better than PH. I think in some areas you can give Lagos a thumbs up. In some areas you can give PH a thumbs up over Lagos. And in some areas you can give Lagos a thumbs up over PH.
Which areas? I think culturally, aside culture, I think PH still has this community consciousness. Unlike what it is over here, Lagos is like a mixed breed of, I don't know. Lagos is like the America of West Africa or Africa.
I don't think there's any, except the very routine local parts of Lagos that are not yet so developed. I don't think there's any place you can call village in Lagos. There are.
Are you sure?
Except that's what
Are
I'm
you
saying
sure?
now. Except the routine places, the ghettos. I know in Ikorodu, lots of
There are still some
areas in Ikorodu village.
very good places that you can hide that don't have very good in Lagos. I remember
No party in Surulere, no party in some kind. Even the Agege and
I think there are, but they're not as pronounced as
the
other
villages in
states.
other
Yeah.
parts of the state. Yeah, exactly. They are routine.
I think that's one of the
places
things I like
in
about
some
Port
states
Harcourt,
that
the community
they can't even
consciousness.
speak pidgin English. I'm not saying English first. The broken English they can't even speak. I don't think you find that in the routine villages in Lagos. You understand what I mean? So Lagos has come up to that kind of standard that at least there's a high level of awareness compared to other villages in other parts, other states.
Other parts of the-
Yeah.
Even the country.
Yeah, generally. But that's why the crave and the whole hustle to come reside in
And Lagos
Lagos.
is a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, true.
I think it should be a very good place. But I think when this whole unrest started, people left.
Yeah.
From people's lips.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Okay, so when Precious, when did you leave PH? When did you relocate to?
I relocated particularly December, I think 2nd, 2018. December.
That was like roughly 2 years.
That's 2 years.
How long have you
Yes,
been in Lagos?
counting. Wow.
For how long have you been in Lagos?
Who, me? Oh, I was born and bred here.
Hey, all your life.
Then I went to school in River State, Port Harcourt precisely.
That's like how many years? 4 or 5 years? 4 years.
I've been in Port Harcourt in and out since 2013.
You're done with school.
Yes, I am. I'm considering relocating to Port Harcourt.
Why?
You're considering, you live the street side.
Yes, I'm considering. Well, I had school there, so that's not exactly living there, yeah.
Well,
That's
that's living there.
something
You've
That's
been there for like
it.
7
Exactly.
years. That's living
You must
there.
always have something connecting that keeps you in a place. And when you're there, you're living. Life is going on. Particular 7 years is not cheap.
At all.
Something brought me to
7
Lagos
years.
directly. I didn't just fly and come here because I wanted to relocate. I came for service first. After service, when I got done with service, yes, work ensued. And that's how I told myself, I ain't going back.
You're going back.
So that's
This
what
is a chill place, so just like you don't have as much jaye.
I'm trying to say.
Wait, Port Harcourt?
Yeah, you don't have as much jaye compared to Lagos. Enjoyment. Okay, let me not say enjoyment.
I think you can get as much.
People
You can get as
actually
much
say
in Port Harcourt.
what people enjoy
compared
more.
to Lagos, you don't have that.
Lagos offers you variety.
Yeah, they have the money to spend. But people, they spend money in Port Harcourt.
What are you saying? They spend money.
It's not about the money. I think it's about the variety. In Port Harcourt, certain things or certain entertainment forms are central in certain areas. Like when you talk about fun areas to go to in Port Harcourt, you should be thinking of the GRAs, the old and the new GRAs.
No.
Basically.
No.
Well, for me, basically, those are the fun areas. I mean, Port Harcourt Mall is in GRA, old GRA. What again? The government house is around there still. The glorified BMH or what's it called now is in GRA. What again? Most politicians have their houses in GRAs.
There's Oddly Road. That's the Bluma Antis.
Exactly.
There's Oddly Road. Yeah.
Transamadi.
Exactly.
Development got to that area not
There's Woji.
too long ago. Which areas in Woji?
That was Transamadi.
YKC-ish.
Off Abluma. No. I'm talking about what do we call it?
The one in
Transamadi.
GRA or
Transamadi. Oh, okay. Transamadi is not so. Transamadi is quite industrialized, but when I initially came to Port Harcourt and I heard of how industrialized Transamadi was, when I got there, I was actually looking for the industrialization
That's
of
because
Transamadi.
of, like I said, what happened initially.
The whole unrest. Oh,
Exactly.
okay.
So people packed up and left. A lot of companies, and I think that's what opens up a place. When you have opportunities or when you have industries like that, people want to relocate and move to that. Like how when NNG moved to Amadi area, we had a lot of people.
Where were they
down
before
there.
then?
They used to be at no man, they just opened up a place.
Yeah,
at
it's
a
new.
few months
It's
ago.
new,
Yeah,
actually.
but it's always been a Bonnie. Just
Yeah, I know
Bonnie,
the Bonnie.
and
I know
Bonnie is
Bonnie
another
Park.
area that's.
I was going to say, but
Bonnie is one
Bonnie is
place I
not
need to
directly
visit.
in Port Harcourt anyway.
That's what I'm
but
saying. So River.
So
Yes, yes,
exactly my
Rivers.
point. Let's
Port Harcourt is just
differentiate
the
Port Harcourt
hub.
from.
No, we're talking about River State.
Exactly.
We're
That's
talking about Lagos.
That is a
So we
misconception. When people mention Port Harcourt, it's like they separate it from rivers. You know the way you when you're talking about Lagos, you're not just talking about Lagos Island or the mainland or Ikeja. You're talking about Lagos as a whole. That is not the same way. That's not the same way. That's not the same way. That's not the same way Rivers people talk about Rivers State.
No, it's because
Based on
Port
observation.
Harcourt is
Based on
more
observation.
popular.
Based on observation.
Transamadi doesn't mean in Port Harcourt local government.
Exactly.
We're talking about River State.
Yeah.
Right now, River State and Lagos. We're not talking about Port Harcourt and Lagos.
The other day I was asking my friend Port Harcourt local government area was at. And he was like, he doesn't know. They just call everywhere Port Harcourt. So everybody just goes with the vibe. Everywhere is Port Harcourt. Like the moment you just cross Choba, everywhere is Port Harcourt. And then maybe when you exit Obigbo, which is very obvious that you're going into Abia State.
You know Slaughter? Excuse me, Slaughter area is Obiako.
Most places.
Obiako is that big.
Exactly. It's a lot. I think it's largely local government
After Fowler, you have
in
Obiako.
West Africa.
No,
Okay, the richest rather.
Obiako.
Yeah. Yeah. Not the largest generally in land space or landscape, but richest. Obiabo. Don't joke.
I think what particular lacks is, okay, as much as, no matter how small it is compared to Lagos, River State, now,
Okay.
let me laugh.
I was going to come for you.
No matter how small River State is compared to Lagos, it still has the capacity to produce a lot of things in terms of IGR. Now I'm coming to stats. You would expect that because Lagos is very big and everything, the difference in what they generate as per revenue should be so much.
Okay.
But it's not like that. Compared to the River State that we know, we are.
Let us get money.
I don't say they no, I
Lagos
don't say they get
yeah.
money. But I'm saying
If River State should
expect
get
that
like half of the investors that Lagos State has,
they can't have because
if they do or if they did.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they
I've been around a few places in Port
Unbelievable
Harcourt, in
security
River
issues.
State. Yeah, that's one thing again. The security issues.
security issue. Yeah.
Most times you just can't tell when there would be an unrest.
Exactly.
Somebody might just wake up one day and just feel like, oh, this neighborhood is too peaceful. Let's make it chaotic.
Yeah.
Before you know it, cultists are migrating from God knows where.
I'm telling you.
But funnily enough, when people speak of Port Harcourt, I came into Lagos and people were like, you need to see people like, even in their dreams, if they dash them one mansion in Port Harcourt that they are not going, those sort of things. I'm like, wow. No joke, so. Lagosians,
Actually.
they actually react this way to Port Harcourt. They say they're not going, like, Port Harcourt, no way. I'm like, why? I never felt this way in Port Harcourt. And it's not because it's not because I'm from Port Harcourt. While I was there, come on, the heat wasn't as much as the way they speak of it here.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as we've been in Lagos 2020 when the whole pandemic got set in. Do you know, some persons felt like half of the population in Lagos have died from coronavirus. No, I'm not saying tales, or I'm not assuming. They plainly said it in words. Because of, I don't know, maybe it's the media and has a way of, magnifying things, one. And people assume a lot in this country, especially in places they have not been to. But Port Harcourt is not as bad as
I'm not saying Port Harcourt
used to
is bad.
even be.
True.
And then the way it used to be, I was there then, and I'm saying like, come on, it's not even the way they are speaking of it. Talk more now that everything has totally piped low. We don't hear of militancy anymore.
We now get cold.
Called groups.
Of what?
Has grown cold. Called groups.
Oh.
I remember back then.
We had an incident around my area before I came.
Oh really?
I'm telling you.
When did you serve?
I served 2014.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Old cargo.
What were you expecting to hear? 2018.
I wasn't expecting to hear anything.
And that was because not after 1 year strike. After
Yeah, you were there during the strike.
I
Yeah.
was there during strike. 1 year they now mobilized us.
Strike was 2009.
I was supposed to
Full
finish
2009
2011.
calendar. We lost it.
Yeah. Nesting. I think when you year one, what level were you when they had that
The strike.
admin and students back and forth?
Admin and student.
I know I was in it because I was in hostel D when it happened. I was coming from Bargates.
If you were in year 2, I didn't
Okay.
meet that because I
You
came in year 3.
Yes.
Okay.
I vividly recall some terrible set of incidents that happened then. Like, you remember that shootout that happened around UBA? That they shot people dead.
I think I heard
like,
about that one.
Please,
It's on the Sunday.
Yes.
I can't remember.
Sunday afternoon or so.
Please.
That should be
It was
2014
a. I think.
2014 or 15.
They actually brought that saga from outside into campus.
Okay.
So they chased them down to UBA, like flying bullets. Got a lot of persons. The pictures went viral just the way most of the pictures from this whole end SARS protest. It was very hot. That was one, like, before I left school. There was one I witnessed live. We're having lecture. You know how EN is open. Not now that they've actually refurbished the whole place and renovated. Open lecture room, lecture hall. These guys came, the cultists. We were learning in class. Lecturer is teaching. They came and dragged whoever they wanted to drag out. And right there in front, they just shot like directly there. We were watching like 4D. Lecturer was just standing looking at them. No word. No, you won't say.
But you can't say anything. I want to them.
You won't say. They shot right in my front. I was like, wow. That was the top notch of my stay in UST. I'd never seen that. Like, I hear of it, I hear the gunshot, but I'm saying, like, me witnessing it directly. Even that one happened back at UBA. Of course, you won't wish to be there, but then. So with all these things, I'm like, come on, those days are really, really good. But then I still don't feel as dreaded as people in other states.
I saw a meme on WhatsApp or Twitter. Someone posted, I think the negotiation. That people around there keep shooting, this Christmas knockouts and all that.
Yeah.
The person now responded, you be PhD. You're supposed to like rap before your ear.
I swear.
I get to Lagos and I was like, wait, there's something wrong in this city. I've been here now for a year, no gunshot. That was before the whole NSAS and that whole issue. Before then, maybe it was that thing I said that brought that NSAS saga. I've been in Lagos, it was going 2 full years, no gunshots. And I'm like, this place is not normal. You be in your room and it's like, boah, like steadily. In Port Harcourt, it's either they are robbing in everyday emporium or that kind of thing. Police people just pursue some set of people, Oh, come on, Lagos is calm. But funnily enough, the Lagos stouts, or rather the Lagos locals, they are the ones that try to raise their shoulders, like top terrorists in the country or something.
I used to think Lagos was calm until NSAS.
I think that NSAS thing is not particular to Lagos. It's just particular to Nigeria.
No. I'm saying I don't think any child came from any states
Yeah.
to come and do
That thing in
exactly.
Lagos.
They're all Lagos.
They're all Lagos.
People relocate every day.
They just wanted it was just like an opportunity.
So an avenue for them to just vent.
Yes.
Yeah, to vent. Yeah.
Maybe they've been waiting because that one is.
We have all been waiting for opportunities to air out. We have all been waiting. People aired out.
No. What
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
did.
I'm not talking about people that we're talking about inside.
Of course, the particular ones that were on the streets, yeah.
I'm talking about the aftermath and people that were paid
To do the things that they did. Oh,
that
okay.
went to shops, vandalized things, stole people's things. Those ones are not NSAS protesters.
No, those ones.
They are not.
Yeah, they were. No.
They are not.
Those ones, they were hijackers.
Those were hoodlums.
Yeah.
Those were plain as hoodlums.
Yeah.
Man, but relatively, I think the place has been quiet. Lagos has been quiet.
Lagos is a quiet place. Don't worry. The only issue with Lagos is the congestion.
Yeah.
Traffic. Else, Lagos is a very quiet. That's why everybody they rush cut there because of 2 major things: the industrialization and then the whole peace in the environs. You understand? Come on, Lagos is a very. Have you entered bus in Lagos, public transport, and see how they behave like they all came from the same house, like a family? They coordinate the money from the back. You don't send it one by one. From the back, if you're trying to send your own, they'll be like, no. Put the money together, then bring them. And it's like a right to the drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them don't even carry conductors and the likes of that. They are that peace, that coordination. You don't find it in any state like that, any other state in Nigeria.
It happens in
River
River State.
State.
Okay.
You see,
I don't know.
no, it doesn't. Honestly.
But I think it happens in River State.
You see, it's only in Lagos State that a bus driver.
Just say.
I think things like that are common on campuses in River State.
Outside campus, no, you won't find it. Yeah.
Why would you
On
find
campus,
outside
it's a very common experience.
No, let's leave campus. The general street, the general city. See, in Lagos, it's only Lagos that you find out that a driver is driving a vehicle. Maybe he has a flat tire, and then he will just come down. As I do, nobody will talk. Or highest thing he will just say is like "Mona no vex" in Yoruba. He will speak it like in Yoruba. They will keep quiet, and nobody's going to step out. They will sit down and wait for
It
him.
depends on the situation.
You have not met.
It depends on the situation. You've not met crazy Lagosians.
No, maybe
They have been understanding. That's what I mean.
You've been
Generally.
understanding. You've been fortunate.
Thank you. That's a word. You've been very.
You can't say that.
Just
2
pray you
years.
just pray you don't meet crazy
No, they are
Lagosians.
crazy ones. So
You
yes,
met the- you
that
have
will
been very
rant.
fortunate.
But on a general note, they are usually very understanding.
My first experience in Lagos, I was taking a bus. Sunday early morning. You will see contact between passenger and conductor. And like, even on Sunday, they were shouting, whoa, whoa.
No, it is that one they can shout.
No, this was a serious, and the funny thing was, this woman is old. Old woman.
You know, where is that woo? It was like a touch to my brains, you know. Really, if you jam Lagos hits, Lagos Kasala, it's fun. It's fun.
It's entertaining actually.
I tell you.
I agree with you.
I entered a bus. I was supposed to arrive at Ikate.
Yeah.
I came from, was it same as I can't remember. I give the guy what, conductor, give me my change. He acted like he was not hearing me.
Exactly. Why did they do
It's a
that?
normal thing for them. You know why?
They remember to
expect
ask you
you
to forget.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And he took the money immediately I entered the bus.
That's what they do generally.
I said, give me my balance.
2 seconds.
Do you know that?
I ask you to bring money.
When I got to my bus stop, this man said, you know who gave me? Give my money. I don't know his spoke and put the money on the ground. Thank God for the Holy Spirit.
No, I should have lost it.
I heard myself, God, this devil is a liar.
Teenage girl is talking.
Sometimes I think these people do these
This
things
guy is
deliberately.
talking.
When they see you're too calm, they try to bring out that.
No.
They want to come with that.
You know what?
Aggression.
No. When they see that you are, I don't want to use the word dignified, but when they see that
You're
are
acting civilized.
exactly,
Or you're acting like you're different.
they want to ride on that, expecting that you wouldn't care.
I
You
said,
would
get
let
Some
it
of them
slide.
intentionally do that to
I said,
ruffle your
get
feather.
behind me, Satan. Get behind me. You cannot get me today. I'm telling you. And if you see him looking really hard guard, I said, what kind of man, what kind of person? I said, okay, give me my chain now. Let me come. I got to my bus stop. I said, I dropped. I said, I don't know he spoke Yoruba, but his facial expression wasn't pleasant at all. And he threw the money on the ground. And the driver drove.
This just reminded me of
And I
this
said,
crazy one.
I said, devil, you have lost about. I took my money. I said, devil.
That they pain me. You know why? There's this one they particularly do. You enter the vehicle, you won't stay 2 minutes. They'll ask you to pay money. A far distance from where you're supposed to alight.
Yeah.
And then you keep requesting for your change. And they wouldn't want to give, even when you're seeing the change, the money right there in their hands, they wouldn't want to release it. In my mind, I know it because they do it a whole lot. You know why? They'll be like, they want to give the person alighting first before you. And I'm like, why did you not take the money that is alighting first and wait for me that will alight later? You took my money in advance and you wouldn't give me my change, me that I've paid. You know that kind of thing. This time around, I kept asking because I knew that was what was going to be done. Getting to my junction, I'm like, Oga, give me my change. It was like, there's no change. I said, what do you mean? And I told you, like, you've been giving people change. You know what he said? He said, Oga, there's no change. And I'm like, you know when, no? He now said, now your papa, when you go tell your papa that thing. I said, oh, now him be your problem, man. You know where he go soon go meet him when he shut up. He didn't speak again. You know why? He didn't expect that calm, sweet response. Because when he said he was expecting me to aggravate, I was like, oh wow, for 10 minutes now, I know where you go meet him soon. You know what I meant now? Yeah. The person when you talk about said, oh, come on for this life. So if him be your problem, you go meet him. He just kept mute. Man,
Lagos life.
It's a funny place, but
now what I did to avoid this banter is just have my change intact. Because sometimes I don't have that energy.
Can't do that all
sometimes
the time.
Most times I just try as much as possible.
No, I do it too because two things I don't want. I don't want to start arguing with prices. Once I have my change and I've told them, I'll give it to them when I'm going down. You understand? Because I would always mention. But you can't always have that all the time. Come on, you're not a market woman or a market man. No matter how you try.
But some passengers should also try. Like, you're going somewhere and the fare is 50 naira.
Yeah.
And you bought the vehicle with 1,000 naira and you don't ask them if they have change. Come on, it's just not fair on my own part. I don't think it's fair.
In PA, they will collect your money.
It's actually, yeah.
Honestly.
That's one of the shocking things I needed to adjust to in Port Harcourt. Like, you go buy something from someone and then they expect you to go get change for them. I mean, who does that?
Everybody's a boss, supposedly.
Oh my God. The first few times that happened to me in Port Harcourt, I lost it.
Something else happened that a lot of things have humbled me in Lagos. Lagosians are really, really quite kind. In Lagos, and then the thing is, they value business, they value money. They wouldn't say, it's just 50 naira and I can let it go. You understand? So I can just take 100 naira. If they agreed, if they told you that I'm going to take 150 for that fare, even if they don't have the change, a typical Lagosian, maybe a bike man will tell you, wait, let me buy something, I'll bring change. He will drive off. Even if it's a distance where you're not seeing him, he will buy something, he will return with that 50 naira and give to you your change. They do it. Port Harcourt, if you dare make that mistake, say, oh yeah, you leave the money, make him go buy something, bring change.
No, but some no.
Your money don't go.
Precious. Let me
You can't do that.
Exactly.
Let me cut you there.
It depends on the person.
Thank you.
It's 1 out of 10 in Port Harcourt.
I've met very rats Port Harcourt people. I've equally met sane, well.
No, I'm saying, of course, there's always an exception, but it's 1 out of 10.
More than an exception.
No, you can't say that.
Where did you guys stay in Port Harcourt, by God?
Excuse me.
I don't
I've
get
met
it.
very wonderful drivers, wonderful passengers if I'm taking public transport. And sometimes, as much as they don't go out to look for change, I think it's something that actually started recently, in my opinion. Yeah. Before they actually look for change for they'll tell, okay, madam, I no vex, you just share with person. But now, I think maybe the consciousness is coming because some passengers now shout on fellow passengers if they bring out 1,000 and the fares like 50 naira. So I think the drivers are now beginning to, okay, you know the right thing to do. If you don't get change, calm down.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
One of the problems or challenges that people have attributed to the black race is that we don't trade. Most times you bought these vehicles and you see stickers, passengers, hold your change. But people don't read these things. They just assume.
They tell you, if you know hold change, calm down.
People will still buy the vehicle with that.
They will still enter. Organo, I think I hold 1,000. I think I hold 50 naira.
Exactly.
Okay, I think I'm even guilty of the same thing. There was a time, it's been some years back now, I was going for early morning service from my area. You can rarely get a cab at that time of the day. So I had 1,000 naira, I had 500 naira. And the fare from that place to my church was 50 naira.
Wow.
So I'll be staying there telling any price I can do with a person.
We have 500, I tell you no change.
I have 500, I don't have change. So I said, no, I have to go to church. So I did not tell the man. I just entered the car and was so, I thought I get to. You see, two of us quarter that morning. Early morning, no covenant service, that very early in the morning. Yeah. We stay jail. You guys say, you don't tell me. I think finally you left his money. I
think most times these people respond with the same energy you give. But sometimes, even when I don't have trade, I tell, okay, I beg you, now 500 naira I hold. Sometimes they even carry me for free. Surprisingly, they carry me for free.
I say no. I will tell anyone that should have 500 now.
I don't know the guys you people meet. Once you tell someone I don't have change, the driver, they'll be like, they'll give, if your change was supposed to be 450. Or 950, they'll give 400 or 900.
400.
I tell you, exactly. They will even use that as a yardstick to take exactly.
You pay on the you will pay gonna carry you. Either they say no, if I keep telling this people I will not leave this place. And it was really early. So I beg. That's how you say so when move, I stay begging you. You say see what they do now. You see they do, you know who do. I can't put off free for me. Man.
The end of the matter is just hold your change. Honestly.
Life in
let's
we're talking about life in PH and life in Lagos. How about shopping?
Shopping.
Yes.
Is
I actually used to hear
ladies
that. I actually used to
shoppers.
hear that Lagos had nicer things and more
PH,
and cheaper things than PH. I used to hear that.
Well,
But coming into Lagos, I realized that I had finer and more exclusive things in Port Harcourt because I went to Balogun Market. They're like, hey, we have here Balogun. Like, okay, maybe go to Balogun Market. I went there and I was like, where are the things? Now, where are the things? I'll tell you, I entered inside. I walked that day. I said, no. I said, I must find these things that people talk about, that people bring. Maybe there's somewhere I really don't know. But I realized that there are finer things in PH from the market, normal and more beautiful things. Like, I'm not talking about the boutiques and all. Yeah. I'm talking about regular markets. Yeah. And the thing is, the price difference between Lagos and PH, like 15 naira or 20 naira. In some areas, PH was even quite cheaper.
True.
Quite cheaper.
I think when you use terms like cheap and expensive, it's quite relative, yeah. So what's cheap for?
I'm talking about same quality, same.
It doesn't matter. When I was in Plateau State, I went to just get some things. There are certain things that in PH I would get at a very cheaper rate. But when you're at Terminus, which is a popular market address, they'll tell you, but this place will be Port Harcourt now, this place will be Lagos, that they bring the goods all the way from here, there. So they have to make up for the cost of transportation and all that stuff. At the end of the day, the person making the purchase is at the losing end.
I was going to say that this is the basic thing about Lagos on a general note. Anything you're looking for in Lagos, you will find. And I don't mean in terms of affordability of the thing. I mean in terms of Lagos has all the lifestyles put together.
Yeah.
If you want the luxury life, Lagos has it. If you want the high class, Lagos. If you also want the low class, you will get it anytime, anywhere. You understand? There are places you go to, you buy gin for like 1,000 naira. You understand? Yes. And there are places you go to, you buy 2,500 and above. I'm not saying boutique now.
And you know these people have a lot of profiling.
Exactly.
Like they could look at you and tell
the kind
you have
of
money.
Yes.
Yeah, so they'll start with
yes.
something that should probably sell for 5K. They'll start with.
If I want to buy this in Africa, look like.
It's also in their food as well. Lagos, they have food like cheap. You know, Lagos is the place that I've stayed that you don't pay for soup. You pay for your swallow and your meat alone. Soup is whether you're taking extra or no. You don't pay for soup. Where? Go to any local restaurant. Am I lying? Even the ladies, the people that carry the hawk foods. You understand? Generally, you don't pay for soup.
I'm here for the first time.
Are you serious? You've not bought soup like that before? Oh no, you don't. You dey flex now. You dey live for big side.
Which flex?
We go out. We dey street, so we know it will dey talk.
Because it's this street, let me say.
I live in Shomolu. Yes.
Why making
the first time I came to Lagos, I don't think my brother was okay. First time I came to Lagos, my brother, of course, the next day he went to work. I can't come to Lagos yesterday, and the next day I'm already cooking. You understand? I had not settled in. I went into a local mama put. You understand, to eat. And it wasn't it's not like that was the only occasion. Even at work, they usually bring food, the hawk food, you understand? We come out to the gate and we buy food outside. They don't sell soup. You only pay for eba and meat. Yes. So I'm not saying like it's one-off thing. It's a normal thing. Whenever I bought food from a
I think the
local,
cost is included in
Rest-
the EPA. One way or another, it's
it's
included.
not
in the
now that
EPA.
things are even expensive. Then, if your meat is generally 50 naira, if you want to,
How
or can
big?
that
Exactly,
the normal
the size
size
also
now.
matters.
No,
This
So you can
is
just say
not
normal.
eatery or restaurant standard. This is the local mama put I'm talking about. The sizable portion of meat that they usually sell, beef or kanda, so on, yeah. And my brother said the same thing because he lived in Ibadan. You understand? In fact, he was one that brought the issue up because our eldest brother came around and he was like, they were talking about food generally, and that came up. I was like, I can attest to that because I've also experienced it a couple of times.
Wow.
Yeah. So any kind of standard of life you need in Lagos, you will find.
I remember
House. People say houses are expensive in Lagos and other kind of thing.
but it's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true.
It's true when it depends on where you're staying or where you're getting a house.
I'm talking about a good house.
That's the thing now. What's
A
the standard for
standard
good?
house.
A standard house where? A
Where
standard
exactly
house
the location
where?
also matters.
On the island, a standard house, you won't compare it on
A standard
mainland
house
like
in mainland.
Ikeja or Yaba. Although Yaba and Ikeja is also expensive, you understand?
Yeah.
A standard house that is in maybe a place like Osaka, London. You're paying like maybe 4 million, 5 million for a 4 or 5 bedroom flat for a year. Yes, Osaka, London. So it depends on the location. But meanwhile, Shomolu is on the island here. It's a luxury place to stay actually.
Sapa London.
Of course, you've not heard. Check it on your.
I don't know.
Osaka, London. That's like I think that's like the top class area to stay on in Lagos Island, except
Are you sure?
except the Banana Island. That's how Lagos Island, Lekki, came about. It never existed. Everything was
created.
It was
Yeah.
created. It never existed. That's why they even reserved that conservation center, because that was exactly how the whole of Lekki was. You've been there? Yes. Lekki was. I've been there twice. Did you enjoy your time there?
Just to pass there.
Oh dear. You didn't go for the canopy walk oh no, you've not gone there now. You should go again. Why you don't talk? Now they will forgo today, they find betrayed already go.
I don't define. Now you tell me.
I know. I'm like,
Don't come and drag my leg here. I will drag you. I will drag you back.
no, generally in Lagos, I look out for places you have either not been to before or places that you enjoy
You know me
best. I know you, sure. Conservation Center was really good for me to go twice. The canopy walk, that's the second longest canopy walk in the world.
Wow, how long is it?
Just browse it now.
Sauce.
Check Google.
My phone is charging.
My own is even flat.
Sorry.
Canopy walk, second longest in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some facts I don't know. I need to go and reread.
No, if you go there, it's even written there. You know,
The
Nigeria,
distance.
anything where we don't get or any level we don't go hold on where we go shout
Right.
out. Yeah, it's there. It's not hidden.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the largest in Africa, second largest in the
In
world.
the world.
Yes,
Which country
longest.
The longest.
I think it's in Malaysia also. That's the longest. Terrible. That works at so nearby. This gallery remain big, 3-story building.
You didn't even take time to explore the
I
place.
went everywhere, all the rooms inside.
You just went, you didn't.
I was even the one showing you rooms that you didn't know existed. All those smaller.
That's because I was taking my
rooms.
time to appreciate the
To take videos and
artwork, yeah.
pictures, but they'll be like, this place, I think I need to go here. I'll get, you understand? It's a promotional thing for them, so I think they would even let it.
But not to snap it.
Yeah, I understand the reason because of
and tag them.
copyright.
We're actually trying. I think the place where our government has failed, we as individuals actually try again, because if you're talking about representation in the world, men, them, of course, all those ones are
The business
backed,
tycoons and all
but
that.
they're
Yeah.
backed up by the regulations made by the government.
Yes.
But but individually, I think we're the ones putting Nigeria on the world.
Of course, yeah, true.
Not our government.
Our government, how?
There's one episode I reckon I was like, see this our government. God is giving them long rope. Long rope.
Why did you say so?
They think their time will reach.
Yeah.
That rope is gonna be cut short. Because I really don't know what they're doing. They're not enabling, and that's one thing that they're not enabling youths.
There's a dread in them right now.
And
And see, NSAS really threatened them.
I don't know.
Fear. Did you see the video of Tinubu in France?
We'll talk about NSAS.
Oh, okay.
The effect of NSAS. I'm
And
sure
his
we'll
wife,
see
you need to see the dread. That one no be fear. Like when someone talks and the voice is raised, you need to see how he trembles while he's walking. Jagakwa. They drove them out of the hotel they lodged in France.
I'm not sure that was just a video.
Was it too?
Yeah.
I don't know, Shab. I watched the video real.
Where he was driven out of the hotel.
Yes. They were a crowd of influx of people out with their cameras videoing noise while they were driving them out. Even the security driving them out. It's a video now. Live.
And we saw
Tinubu and his wife. You didn't see that video? Oh my God. Did you follow NSAS really in Lagos?
I did.
I have some videos that I even captured live on my phone while they were showing it on Pulse TV and the likes of them. Live coverages that they didn't even want to actually get out.
Wow.
I have some. I still have them. I haven't even deleted most of them.
So we've come to the end of today's episode.
Oh no.
Quite long. And that's because they want to go home.
You can say that.
We have to go home.
Yeah, I think we'll do this another time.
And maybe we'll throw a party the next time in this house.
It was okay. What's your idea? Please introduce yourself.
So when are we going to LCC?
Introduce yourselves well. So what are we supposed to say? Our names, our occupations, or rather our states of origin, whatever.
I'm Precious.
Guys, I'm just Precious Mom. My guys call me
What's your handle?
Fresh. Handle Precious Mom at Precious Mom.
Okay. You don't know your name again.
I told you.
No, the thing is, I have various identities. In Lagos, I'm Fefe Maduka. In Port Harcourt, I'm Maduka. Don't popularly by as Maduka. But my full name is Ngefechuku Maduka, aka Fefe Maduka.
Okay.
My handle Fefe Maduka, FEFE Maduka. Instagram, Twitter. Yeah, basically that.
Alright, guys. See you next week.
Ciao.
Peace out.
Bye.